Okay, so this is the topic of South Australian Certificate of Education, SACE and cosine rule, a subtopic of a trigonometry. So what cosine rule states, if we have a triangle, you can see the triangle ABC, and the side opposite to this vertex B is small b, and the side opposite to the vertex A is small a, and similarly the side opposite to the vertex C is small c, this one, right? So we can write the equation which states if we take this angle A, then the side opposite to A is small a, its square, equal to the other two sides. Other two sides are B and C, so B square plus C square, and then minus 2 times these two sides, B into C into cos of the angle. We have involved the angle capital A, so that's why cos A should be written. If we involve angle B, then the side opposite to B is small b, so we can write it as B square equal to the other two sides are A and C, right? So A square plus C square minus 2 times again the same sides A and C, sorry, and then cosine of the angle, cos of the angle. What angle we have involved? Angle B. So this is actually the cosine rule, and we can see that in this rule we have three sides involved and one angle. So whenever we have 4 parameters involved in the question, in which 3 parameters are the sides and 1 parameter is the angle, then we can use this cosine rule to find the any fourth parameter which is unknown, right? Okay, we understand this, we reinforce this concept on the questions. This is exercise 6b of SACE 11 book mathematics for Australia, that is mathematical method 11 for 11 class. Okay, in the first question, find the length of the remaining side in each triangle. So I have chosen part B. You can see there are two sides of the triangle given. One angle is given which is 64, and the third side is not given, right? So I'm considering this side as x. So we have to find the value of x. Again, we can see that we have three sides involved and one angle involved. So that's why we can use the cosine rule to find the fourth parameter, which is a side. Clear? So using cosine rule, cosine states that the side opposite of the angle involved. So angle involved is 64 and the side opposite is x. So x square, it is equal to the other two sides. The other two sides are 8 square, 8 square, and 7, 8 square, then minus 2 times into same sides 8 and 7, right? And then into cos of the angle involved. We have involved 64 degree in this question. So this is the cosine rule, and we have to find the value of x. It means that we have to take square root of both sides in order to get rid of this square sign on x, right? So taking square root of both sides, just like this. Now using calculator to simplify this, square and square root cancel, and x will be equal to this whole thing, right? So using my calculator to solve this, yeah, it's 8 square root of 8 square, then plus 7 square, then minus 2 times 8 into 7 into cosine of 64, right? So my answer is 7.9939. Clear? And the answer must be in 3 significant figures, so that's why I'm writing the answer up to 7.99, right? And the digit after 9 is obviously 3, so there is no increment in the digit 9. So answer will be 7.99 in meters, obviously, right? Okay. We move to the next question. Question number 2. All the parts A, B and other parts, they are similar, so that's why I'm moving to the question number 2, right? Okay. So in question number 2, the statement is find the measure of the angle marked theta. So this time we have 3 sides given and one angle involved is unknown. So the fourth parameter which is unknown is theta, the angle. Clear? Okay. So again 3 sides involved in one angle, so that's why I'm using the cosine rule. So using cosine rule. The rule states that the side opposite to the angle involved, obviously this side is 6, so its square, it is equal to the other 2 sides, will be taken here, 4 square and 5 square, then minus 2 times 4 and 5 into cos of the angle involved. That angle is theta, right? So we have to find the value of theta, so that it means all the terms should be shifted to the left hand side. So I'm shifting first 4 square and 5 square because we cannot shift this directly. So we are left with 6 square. This becomes negative 4 square, right? And this becomes negative 5 square when you shift it to the other side. And here we are left with only minus 2 times 4 into 5 into into 5 into cos of theta, right? Now shift this whole thing to the other side as well. This thing is multiplied by cos theta, so it means when you shift to the other side, it will divide this whole thing, this whole side, right? So we are left with 6 square minus 4 square minus 5 square, and this will divide the whole thing. So minus 2 times 4 times 5. This will be equal to cos theta, right? Okay. We need the angle only, not the cos of theta. So it means we have to take inverse of both. So this will become cos inverse of this whole fraction, 6 square minus 4 square minus 5 square over minus 2 times 4 times 5, and here cos inverse and cos cancelled, so we are left with only theta. So this will be the theta. Now using your calculator to simplify this, it is written cos inverse, so that's why I'm pressing shift and cos inverse and the fraction inside it, which is 6 square minus 4 square minus 5 square, and then divide by negative 2 into 4 into 5, right? Bracket close. So we get 82.8 degrees. So the theta will be equal to 82.8 degrees, right? Okay. Now the next question. Question number 6. I have taken question number 6 from exercise 6b. So in question number 6, part A says find cos theta but not theta in this triangle. So there are I think there are first triangle and second triangle, they are merged, and we can have the third as well. Okay, anyways, first I'm going to solve part A, cos theta. Theta is this angle, and it's actually in the triangle this and this as well. It's in this triangle and also in this triangle as well. But if we take this green triangle, we have 2 sides, but this side is unknown, so that's why we cannot take this side. 3 parameters must be known, only 1 parameter can be unknown, so that's why we cannot use this triangle. We'll be using the red one. Clear? This one. So I'm using this triangle. Clear? So in this triangle you can see there are 3 sides given and theta is unknown. So I'm going to use the cosine rule here. First of all, I'm writing here using cosine rule. Also mention the triangle as well. Say this is A, B, C and D. So I'm using the cosine rule in ABC. Triangle ABC, right? So according to the rule, the side opposite to the angle given, which is 4 obviously, so 4 square equal to the other two sides, 5 square, 2 square, minus 2 times the same sides, 5 into 2 into cos of the angle. So angle is theta. So like in the previous question, shift 5 square and 2 square to the other side becomes 4 square minus 5 square minus 2 square. And we're left with minus 2 times 5 times 2 into cos of theta, right? Now shift this whole thing to the other side as well, this whole thing. So it will divide. So it will be 4 square minus 5 square minus 2 square over negative 2 times 5 times 2 equal to cos theta, right? So we need only the cos theta, not the theta. So that's why we must solve this. No need to take inverse it. Take the inverse of cos, right? So simplify this. 4 square minus 5 square minus 2 square and then divide by minus 2 times 5 times 2, right? So my answer is 13 over 20. So cos theta is equal to 13 over 20, and we can convert it into decimal form. It is 0.65. So cos theta is equal to 0.65. So this is the answer for part A, right? Now part B, hence find the value of x. Okay, for next part, hence find the value of x. So x is in this triangle. So the triangle should be used as this, right? Because this triangle has x. Okay. The angle involved again is it's theta. So I'm doing part B here. Applying the cosine rule. This was, yeah, A, B, C and D, right? Like in the previous case, yeah. So using cosine rule, on triangle ABD, right? So the angle involved is theta and the side opposite to the angle is x. So that's why x square, it is equal to the other sides are this side, this is 2 plus 1 equal to 3, right? And this side is 5. So 3 square plus 5 square and minus 2 times the same side, 3 times 5. And then cos of the angle is theta. Okay, now we can put the values. Cos theta we already known in the previous part, that was 0.65, right? So I'm inserting its value. Cos theta is 0.65. So x square will be equal to 3 square plus 5 square minus 2 times 3 into 5 into 0.65. Cos theta is 0.65, right? Now we have to find the value of x. It means we have to get rid of this square sign. So taking square root of both sides. So square and square root cancel. Now you can simplify this by using calculator. So it is square root of 3 square plus 5 square minus 2 times 3 times 5 times cos of the angle. Yeah, cos angle already known 0.65. So times 0.65, right? So my answer is this. In decimal form it is 3.81 in 3 significant figures, right? Yeah, it's 3.81. And obviously it should be in centimeters, right? Okay, now moving to the next question. I've chosen question number 10. So in the question number 10 we have a quadrilateral. You can see the quadrilateral ABCD. These are the vertices of the quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is a four-sided figure. Any four-sided figure is called quadrilateral. Got it? And it has four vertices A, B, C and D. Okay. The diagonal AC, diagonal is always the length that is when you join the opposite corners, the length obtained is the diagonal. So the diagonal AC has a length of 12 centimeter. So this is actually the diagonal AC and its length has been given, which is 12 centimeter, right? Okay, find the length of the other diagonal. The other diagonal is this, obviously the length of opposite corners. So this is BD, right? So this length is required in the question. Okay, to find this length we need three sides and two sides and one angle. Two sides are given. If you consider this triangle, two sides are given 7 and 8, but this angle is unknown, this angle. So that's why we should find this angle first, and then we can use the cosine rule to obtain BD side. Got it? Okay. So to find this green angle, we can use these two triangles. First triangle that I'm going to use is ADC, and we can find this angle from this triangle, right? This angle is DAC. So using cosine rule, on triangle ADC, the side opposite to the angle involved is 11, right? So 11 square is equal to the other two sides are 8 square, and this side is known, which is 12, right? And minus 2 times the same side, 8 times 12 into cos of the angle. Cos of the angle is DAC, right? This angle DAC. So we know the process. First of all, we'll shift 8 and 12 square to the other side, and then this part, right? This part, one by one, and then cos as well to find its inverse. Got it? So I'm writing directly. It will become 11 square minus 8 square minus 12 square, and then divided by this whole thing, minus 2 times 8 times 12. And when you take cos inverse, obviously this will be cos inverse of this whole thing, right? This will be angle DAC. Okay, now finding angle DAC, I'm doing the process here now. Using calculator to find the angle, it is cos inverse of the fraction given. A fraction we obtained 11 square minus 8 square minus 12 square, right? And then divide by negative 2 times 8 times 12. So my answer is 63.8. 1 degrees, right? So angle DAC will be 63.1 degree, right? You can see that 63.1. I've written the rounded off answer, 63.1 degrees, right? Okay, so it means this angle is known now. This angle is 63.1. Okay, now I'm going to find another angle, this. To find this angle, I'm going to use different triangle, right? This time using this triangle, right? Okay, using cosine rule, on triangle, triangle name is ABC, right? Okay, the side opposite to the angle is this 9, right? So 9 square equal to, other two sides are 7 and 12. So 7 square plus 12 square minus 2 times 7 into 12 into cos of the angle. The cos of the angle is obviously CAB, right? Again, doing the same process like we did in the previous questions, obviously. Shifting, first of all, shifting this 7 square and 12 square to the other side, and then we'll shift this whole thing. And finally, we will shift this, cos as well. So I'm writing here 9 square, after shifting 7 square and 12 square it becomes this, and then this whole thing as well, it will divide, minus 2 times 7 into 12, and we're left with cos of this angle. And when you take cos inverse of this whole thing, we are left with only the angle, which is CAB, right? Now using calculator to find this angle, it is cos inverse of the fraction. Fraction is 9 square minus 7 square minus 12 square, then divide by negative 2 into 7 into 12, bracket close. So we get 48.2 degrees, right? So the angle CAB will be equal to 48.2 degrees after rounding of it. Okay, to find BD, to find BD we should use this triangle, and in this triangle we have three sides, 8, 7 and unknown BD, and this angle. So this angle, this complete angle, this one, right? So it is DAB. So I'll be using, I'm finding first the angle DAB. DAB will be equal to sum of these two angles. With this angle we have found is 48.2, right? And this is 63.1. So DAB will be the sum of these two angles. So 63.1 plus 48.2, right? So we get 111.3 degrees, right? So I'm going to use the cosine rule upon this yellow triangle, which is ABD, right? So using cosine rule on triangle ABD, right, to find BD. Okay, the side opposite to the angle given is BD, obviously. So BD square equal to, the other two sides are 8 and 7. So it's 8 square plus 7 square minus 2 times 8 into 7 into cos of the angle. Angle is, yeah, 113 degrees, right? Now taking square root of both sides to get rid of this square on BD. And this square and square root cancelled, and we can simplify using the calculator, right? So it is square root of, yeah, 8 square plus 7 square minus 2 times 8 into 7 into cos of the angle. Angle is 111.3. So after simplification we get BD is equal to 12.4 after rounding off. So BD is equal to 12.4 in obviously centimeters, right? Hope you understand this topic. Practice these questions, and the questions I haven't solved should be done as well in order to completely understand this topic, right? Okay, Allah Hafiz.